The Foundry Stables Building in Thames has had a number of uses since it was built in 1889. Initially a firewood and coal yard for Charles Short, who had relocated his business from Rollston Street. He also ran a coach service from the yard and offered a hearse to transport bodies to the local cemetery. In 1909, the property was purchased by Thomas Phillips, and later it was incorporated into Judd's Foundry. Over the years, it has had many uses, and in recent times, the building has housed several restaurants, a takeaways, and even a craft brewery. Staff members working in these businesses have reported a feeling of someone watching them. Footsteps have been heard in parts of the building when no one was present. Items have fallen, or perhaps been thrown, with no rational explanation found. The Paranormal Researchers Team was very pleased to be given permission to hold an investigation in this building. The team readied their equipment and then commenced the investigation with a walkthrough of the building. Baseline EMF and temperature readings were taken in targeted areas so we would be aware of any spikes or fluctuations during the course of the investigation.
We do have quite low level EMF in the kitchen. I just had a reading of 2.4, but the actual power points are pretty good.
We then set up static video cameras and audio recorders, placing them strategically throughout the building, ensuring that any sound caught would be picked up by more than one recorder or video for comparison during the review stage of our investigation.
This is my Eddy Plus, and it will make a note of temperature readings and temperature fluctuations, air pressure, read humidity. It will measure any EMF in milligauss, and then that's vibrations. And not only will it read all of that and let me know what's happening, it's actually a data logger, and so it's going to log every second all of those things, and then I can put it into my computer. Very, very handy pieces of equipment for actually, this records all the data of what's happening, so very handy to have.
We start off the night with a communication session in the kitchen.
Adam, if you're here with us, will you knock on the wooden wall that's in the middle?
Knock once for yes and twice for no. Did you used to work here?
There's a lot of little building creaks back there.
Did you work here?
It's a big building creak.
Did you used to work here?
If you want us to leave now, push something off the table.
Can you make one of those lights swing, Adam? Or whoever is here. Anyone who is here. Gets a little bit of a wiggle on. That would be easy. Can you make the other one move? Come on, please, make it move. Do it. Do it. See if you can scare me. I don't think you can scare me. Where was that from?
Here is a very good example of how noises can sound very different depending on where you are hearing it from. The knocking sound we heard turned out to be the urinals flushing at the back of the building. And on the way back to the kitchen,
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
join us us as we explore the mysterious and the unexplained. We're a team of paranormal researchers investigating haunted locations across New Zealand. Follow our journey into the unknown and discover the eerie history behind some of the country's most haunted places. Stay tuned for evidence, stories, and live investigations. As a small team, we believe there is usually an explanation for most things that occur during an investigation. It's the parts we cannot explain that need further analysis.
Now I'm back in the edit suite where we cut all our videos, but we also go through all the clips and look for anything that might be considered paranormal. We have access to all the audio tracks from the location, including room noise, Barbara's audio, my audio, spirit box, Barbara's recorders. So we have an opportunity to go through every single track and hear sounds on individual mics, because they all sound different. When we go on an overnight trip, we usually end up with hours and hours of footage. So in this case, it's 5 hours and 6 audio tracks. So that's 30 hours of just analysing clips and audio. And then we make our decisions and narrow down the best clips from the location.
Here, we are sitting in front of the kitchen area for a spirit box session. The spirit box is basically a modified radio receiver which is set to auto-scan through the frequencies. Some people in the paranormal field believe that spirits can manipulate the device to produce voices which can then be picked up behind the scanning. Do you stay here?
Is that Adam?
Ben?
I thought it was my name. Did you say my name?
What was really strange about what was that? Hello, Ian. What was really strange about
Did you used to work here?
Yes, I did.
What's your name?
George.
What's your name?
George.
George?
Did you hear that?
No, I didn't, and it wasn't me.
This type of equipment is experimental, but it is through experimenting that we develop our research and investigation techniques.
Paranormal investigating is not like it is on TV. Usually, you watch a 1-hour TV program, and it's taken them 3 days sometimes more than that, to get perhaps that one phrase.
While we were taking a break, one of the audio recorders picked up the following voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
There were only 2 of us in the building at the time, and it definitely sounds like it's coming from inside and quite close to us.
All of the pieces of equipment that we have, they all have batteries in them. If you want to use some of the power from the batteries to try and make a sound or do something. Did you
That's
hear that?
a voice outside.
Okay. Then you could probably just use that power and say something into our recorders.
And then, towards the end of the evening, as we started to put equipment away, we picked up another possible voice. The Foundry Stables Building was very interesting, and our investigation did have a few odd occurrences. The voices we heard did appear to be in response to our questions, and one of the possible EVPs seems to show an awareness that they knew of our presence. While these factors may indicate an intelligent haunting, a few knocks, some voices that we are unsure of the origin of, and a couple of spirit box hits do not prove a haunting. We would need further investigation of the location to extend our research before drawing any conclusions.